Continue our coverage of the breaking news, the Brussels terror attack. Here's what we know right now. Belgian media reporting 34 people have been killed and 170 injured in a series of explosions, 2 at the Brussels International Airport and 1 in the subway system. Authorities confirming it was a coordinated suicide attack.
2 explosions ripped through the airport, and it was the peak of the morning travel rush at 8 a.m. their time. And then about an hour and a half or so, a little to about an hour and 15 minutes after that, the coordinated attack. The city metro station was hit, and this is the one near the European Union buildings and international embassies and everything. So it was really viewed by the president of Brussels, of Belgium, as an attack on all of Europe. The fact that this happened, and the attacks, by the way, in the airport near the American Airlines counter near Starbucks. So nobody's claimed responsibility. They just know that this was an attack and a major, maybe a major statement after that Paris terror suspect was arrested just 4 days earlier in Brussels.
Salam was the 10th attacker in the Paris attacks. He'd been hiding for 4 months in Brussels and was arrested on Friday. It was announced on Saturday that he was cooperating with authorities and providing them information, and that raised fears that another attack was imminent, and this coordinated attack happening at 8 o'clock this morning, Brussels time. All right, thank you, Annie. And police are issuing a warning after a woman says someone tried to kidnap her in the upscale peninsula town of Atherton. This happened early Saturday morning around 2 a.m. on Middlefield Road near Oak Grove Avenue. A young woman telling police that she was waiting for a bus when a man drove by several times, asking her for sex. He eventually got out of his car, chased her, and grabbed her. She was on her phone at the time, reporting the man's suspicious behavior. She says she screamed, which scared him away. Police weren't able to find the man.
6:51, a spring storm dumped up to 10 inches of snow in the northeast. Let's take a look at Brunswick, Maine. Their roads were a mess. This is plows driving over yesterday, trying to keep them clear, but there were a lot of accidents during the morning commute, about 24 accidents where people slipped off the roads. Luckily, nobody was seriously hurt. And they're going to get a bounce back today. From winter back to spring, the thermometer is supposed to be the lower 50s for Boston tomorrow, which is pretty balmy.
And climate change may be improving the quality of some wines. A new study by Harvard and NASA looked at 400 years of harvesting information from Western Europe. It indicated that higher temperatures in France and Switzerland are causing early wine grape harvests. Early harvests are typically associated with higher quality wines. But researchers warn that might not hold true if climate change intensifies. And the world's largest cruise line is headed to Cuba. Carnival Cruise will start running cultural exchange trips to the country starting in May. The cruise line will use a smaller 700-passenger ship to visit ports in Havana as well as Santiago de Cuba. The ship won't include a casino or Broadway show, however. Instead, passengers must spend at least 8 hours each day involved in some type of cultural experience. Prices for the 7-day voyage start at $1,800 a person.
It's 6:52 right now, and we have our continuing coverage with new details and new video into Chron 4 of the Brussels terror attacks. The Belgian media is now reporting 34 people are dead and 170 are injured after attacks on the city's international airport and subway. We'll be back with more.